players, you got to take pride in not letting stuff like that happen. But they beat us pretty good.
Much of it had to do with just the fundamentals, blocking, tackling, physicality.
I mean, we're going to watch this film, and you can see it on the tablets on the sideline, but that's all it really came down to. It was just fundamentals, technique, executing, beating one-on-ones, stuff like that. The simple stuff for football that you did as a kid, you know.
At halftime, JG said third down was the story of the game, both sides of the ball. It's just how do you analyze, assess what didn't happen on third down?
Yeah, we didn't win on third down, you know. We had our chances and we missed. I mean, I would love to go back and watch the third downs specifically because I kind of felt that on the sideline. Yeah, we just didn't do enough to put ourselves in advantageous third downs. You know, we got behind the chains and we're in third and long a couple of times where, you know, that team's going to do well at it. Any team's going to do well at that because they know you got a longer way to go. And, yeah.
Could be maybe obvious 5 of the first 7 drives were 3 and outs. Just inability to find a rhythm when that's what you're doing, only getting 3 plays each drive.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to earn the right to stay on the field. You know, that has nothing to do with, like, that's on us as an offense. That's the players, you know what I mean? We got to find a way to stay on the field, execute the plays right, run the right plays, you know. That's all it comes down to.
Was the focus and mode of play where you wanted as a team?
At times it was. I would say at times it was, but not long enough to help us stay on the field, sustain drives. Because when we did, we got a first down, scored. You know what I mean? Like it's no rocket science to that. So we just got to get out of our own way and like I said, execute the calls. You know what I mean? The calls were there. We had our opportunities, and we, as players, we didn't execute.
Did you see a lot of the cloud coverages that Atlanta ran last week? Did you see some of that against Michael?
Yeah, they did a couple of it, and then they just said we're gonna beat you. You know, then they just hunkered down and played tight to us and doubled Trey, and then tried to shade on Michael a little bit, but yeah.
I know you've been going, I know it's hard, but maybe someday you'll look back on this and cherish it maybe?
Yeah, maybe when I'm all said and done. But obviously it's really cool. Yeah, it's cool. Thankful for my teammates, my coaches, Jacoby, all those guys. It's cool to get it in 16 games too, you know. I didn't want anyone to give me a hard time about that, so glad we got that. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. Would love to have won the game, would love to have played better as an offense, but just wasn't there today.
That's what JG was just saying, that even though he's proud of you, that you and he probably feel the same way, which is it's tough to get all hype about it right now, given the circumstances.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's tough. I wish, you know, I was more excited about it right now, but like you said, maybe after the season, looking back, it'll be something that I am thankful, cherish, but right now, frustrated.
What was going through your mind when on that fourth down pass that got tipped and you just went after it? And
I knew I needed a few more catches, and honestly, I truthfully just wanted to get the ball down. I thought I was going to get it picked off. That's what I was more nervous about, and I had a good angle on the ball and was able to jump a little higher than the other guys and got the, you know, it sucks I was short of the first down. You know, I wish I could have stayed on my feet and, you know, made a play, but yeah.
Trey, what do you think slowed you guys the first 3 quarters offensively?
You know, we got 3 plays in the first quarter, so that's tough already, you know. And then when we were out there just early, we just couldn't really get it going. And then, you know, Mike made a great play on that sideline, toe, whatever. He stayed in bounds and was able to score. That kind of got us going. And then, you know, I missed a seam up the middle, just a little outside. I probably should have made the play. And then we just couldn't really get going. We were just missing, you know, by a hair. Little things here, little things there. But, you know, we just got to play a little better.
Surprising to you to look up and see a score that's 37-7 in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, try not to look at the scoreboard. Just go out there and, you know, try to execute the next drive, play the best that you can play. And, the game got away from us a little bit, and I kind of blame it on us. We didn't help the defense much. They played too much. They had too much, going. We got to stay on the field and give those guys a break so they can, be fully charged when they're out there. And we just got to play a little better on offense, and we have one more week to do that.
Do you feel like kind of the team-wide energy and effort levels have been the same throughout this losing streak?
Yeah, I feel like guys are coming to work excited, eager to play.